Doha Qatar is beautiful, a city with nice landscape. Let's reveal the top 10 things to do in Doha and go to explore shop on bio. At top 10 to the Museum of Islamic Art, or MIA, as the cool kids call it. Now before you even step inside, you have to just stand back and appreciate the building itself. It was designed by the legendary architect I.M. Pei, the same genius who gave us the Louvre Pyramid. And get this, he was coaxed out of retirement at the age of 91 to design this masterpiece. 91. Once you walk inside, it gets even better. The main atrium is just breathtaking. A huge 45-meter-high window frames a perfect view of the West Bay skyline. It's like the city itself is a piece of art on display. You'll find yourself just standing there, staring, probably getting in someone's way, but you won't care. The collection here is staggering. We're talking about 1,400 years of Islamic art from 3 continents. You can get up close and see the tiny perfect details in a 10th century bowl, or the vibrant colors in a 16th century carpet that looks like it was woven yesterday. Top 9. The Doha Corniche. Think of it as the city's magnificent sweeping front porch, where everyone comes to hang out. It's a 7-kilometer-long promenade that hugs the bay in a perfect crescent shape. On one side you have the calm, shimmering waters of the Persian Gulf, dotted with traditional wooden dhow boats. Walking along the Corniche is like watching the city breathe. In the early morning you'll see joggers and people doing yoga, trying to get their exercise in before the sun remembers it's in the desert and turns up the heat. It's the perfect time to grab a karak chai from a local vendor and just soak it all in. But the best time, the absolute prime time to be on the Corniche is at sunset. I'm telling you, it's a spectacle. And don't forget to look for the Pearl Monument near the Dhow Harbor. It's this giant sculpture of an oyster with a pearl inside, a beautiful tribute to the industry that founded this nation before oil and gas came along. Top 8 to Souq Waqif, which translates to the standing market. This isn't some new theme park version of an old market. This is the real deal. It's been the commercial heart of Doha for over a century. You'll hear the chatter of vendors calling out to customers, the clatter of backgammon pieces from a nearby cafe, and the occasional squawk from the falcon souk. Yes, there is a whole section dedicated to falcons. The souk is a labyrinth of alleyways, each one specializing in something different. One alley is piled high with colorful spices, another with shimmering fabrics and traditional garments. This is the place to practice your haggling skills. It's all part of the fun. Remember, the first price is just a suggestion, a conversation starter. But Souq Waqif is not just for shopping, it's a culinary paradise. You can grab a savory crepe from a woman cooking on a hot plate right on the street, sit down for a lavish Lebanese feast, or try some authentic Qatari dishes like makbouz. In the evening, the souk comes alive with street performers, music, and a buzzing energy. It transforms from a market into the city's living room. Top 7 that proves Doha is serious about its cultural ambitions. This is Katara Cultural Village. The architecture here is incredible and deliberately diverse. You have a magnificent open-air amphitheater that looks like it was plucked straight from ancient Greece, overlooking the sea. Then there are 2 mosques, one decorated with intricate Persian and Turkish tile work in shades of blue and gold, and another, the Golden Masjid, covered in tiny gold chips that glitter in the sun. Inside these beautiful buildings, you'll find a huge range of things to do. There are numerous art galleries showcasing works by both local and international artists. There's also the Qatar Philharmonic Orchestra, which has its home here, so you might be able to catch a world-class classical music performance. And let's not forget the beach. Katara has its own public beach, which is a great spot to relax after a day of soaking up culture. In the evening, the whole village lights up, and the restaurants and cafes along the promenade fill up. It's a beautiful place to have dinner with a view of the sea. Top 6, the Pearl Qatar. And when I say it's an island, I mean it's a completely man-made island. The main area, and the first one you'll likely see, is Porto Arabia. This is a massive circular marina filled with some of the most enormous yachts you will ever see. The waterfront promenade is lined with high-end designer stores. Your Chanels, your Hermes, your Rolexes. It's a window shopper's paradise. Or an actual shopper's paradise if your bank account is a bit healthier than mine. Then you have the Canat Quartier, which is my personal favorite part. This district is designed to look like Venice, and they have committed to the bit. There are pastel-colored buildings, canals, bridges, and even a replica of the Rialto Bridge. You can take an Abra, which is like a water taxi, through the canals. The Pearl is also a major foodie destination. Whether you're craving Japanese sushi, authentic Italian pasta, or a classic American burger, you'll find it here, and it will probably be excellent. It represents the glitz and glamour of modern Doha, and it's an experience you have to see to believe. Top 5. The National Museum of Qatar. It was designed by French architect Jean Nouvel and it's inspired by the Desert Rose, a crystal formation found in the desert. The building is made up of these huge interlocking discs of all different sizes and angles. At the center of the museum, you'll find the restored historic palace of Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani, the son of the founder of modern Qatar. The new museum is literally built around this old palace. The way they tell these stories is what makes this museum so special. They use the curved, disc-shaped walls of the building as giant screens for cinematic projections. You'll see the famous pearl carpet of Baroda, an incredible carpet embroidered with over 1.5 million pearls, rubies, and emeralds. It's mind-bogglingly intricate. Top 4. Qatari Desert for a desert safari. The main event of any desert safari is the dune bashing. You get into a very sturdy 4x4 vehicle with a very experienced driver, and they proceed to drive up and down the massive sand dunes at high speeds. It's like a roller coaster, but the track is made of sand and it's constantly changing. 1 minute you're climbing a steep dune, the engine roaring, and the next you're sliding sideways down the other side. The journey often takes you to one of Qatar's most remarkable natural treasures, the inland sea, or Khor Al Adaid. This is one of the few places in the world where the sea encroaches deep into the heart of the desert. It's a UNESCO-recognized nature reserve, and on a clear day, you can even see the mountains of Saudi Arabia across the water. It's a truly surreal and beautiful sight. You'll get the chance to ride a camel. Now, it's not the most graceful mode of transport. It's a bit wobbly, a bit bumpy, but riding a camel across the dunes as the sun begins to set is an iconic experience. As evening falls, you'll typically be taken to a Bedouin-style camp. The experience usually culminates with a delicious barbecue dinner under the stars. Top 3. Aspire Park, the biggest park in Doha, and a true green oasis in the middle of the desert city. Aspire Park is huge. We're talking 88 hectares. It's a landscape of rolling green hills, shady trees, and beautiful gardens. It's the perfect place for a family outing, a morning jog, or just a lazy afternoon with a book. The centerpiece of the park is a large, beautiful lake which is home to ducks, geese, and other bird life. There are fountains and little bridges, and it's a lovely spot to walk around. Looming over the park is one of Doha's most iconic landmarks, the Aspire Tower, also known as the Torch Doha. This 300-meter-tall skyscraper was built to hold the symbolic flame for the 2006 Asian Games. It's shaped like a torch, and at night, it puts on a spectacular light show. It's now a luxury hotel, and if you can, you should visit the revolving restaurant at the top for some of the most incredible 360-degree views of the entire city. Top 2. We're going to Villaggio Mall, a place that takes the concept of themed retail to a whole new level. Villaggio did the whole Venice thing first, and they did it indoors with air conditioning. A man-made canal runs right through the middle of the mall, complete with actual gondolas that you can ride. The mall is designed to look like a small Italian hill town. The storefronts have rustic-looking facades, there are little bridges that cross the canal, and the whole atmosphere is meant to transport you to Europe. In terms of shopping, Villaggio has something for everyone. It has a huge range of stores, from mid-range high street brands to a dedicated luxury section called Via Domo, where you'll find all the big designer names. Beyond the shopping, Villaggio is a full-on entertainment complex. There's a massive food court, a multiplex cinema, and even an indoor theme park called Gondolania, which has an ice rink, a roller coaster, and bowling. Top 1. We're taking a Dhow Cruise. Dhows are the traditional wooden sailing vessels that have been used in this region for centuries. They were the backbone of the economy, used for pearl diving and fishing long before anyone knew what to do with oil. Taking a cruise on one of these beautiful boats is a perfect way to connect with that history while enjoying the modern city. The best time to go for a Dhow cruise is definitely at night. As the boat pulls away from the shore and glides smoothly across the bay, you get the most spectacular, uninterrupted view of the West Bay skyline. All those futuristic skyscrapers we've been talking about are lit up in a dazzling display of colors, their lights reflecting and shimmering on the water. It's a view that will genuinely take your breath away. Most Dhow cruises are a leisurely affair. It's not about speed or thrills. It's about slowing down and appreciating the beauty of the city from a different perspective. As you look back at the glittering city from the deck of this ancient-style boat, you get a real sense of Doha's incredible journey. You're floating on a piece of its past while gazing at its hyper-modern present. Let's quickly recap Doha. From the architectural genius of the Museum of Islamic Art to the timeless magic of a Dhow cruise at night, that was our top 10 experiences you absolutely cannot miss in Doha. This city is a place that constantly surprised me. It's a city that's building the future while holding on to its past with both. Subscribe to discover the world.